you want?
Well, I was told...
Don't give me that, you snotty-faced heap of parrot droppings!
What?
Shut your festering gob, you tit! Your type make me puke, you vacuous, toffee-nosed, malodorous pervert!
Listen, I came here for an argument!
Oh, I'm sorry, but this is abuse.
Oh, I see. Look, I don't want to argue about it.
Well, I'm very sorry, but you didn't pay.
Aha. Well, if I didn't pay, why are you arguing? Aha! Gotcha.
Now you have?
Yes, I am. If you're arguing, I must have paid.
Not necessarily. I could be arguing in my spare time.
Oh, I've had enough of this.
No, you haven't.
Yes, the Python argument sketch. It's controversial, argumentative, and a tad bit offensive. But I see as the perfect metaphor for the life of the late Christopher Hitchens. Mr. Hitchens passed away last night after a long battle with esophageal cancer. He was open about his cancer and even had enough integrity to admit that it was his smoking, his own drinking that caused the cancer in the first place. But at the same time, he faced his diagnosis and his battle with the cancer with the sort of grace and dignity and fortitude that the rest of us can only hope that we will have once we face our own mortality. I have to say in all honesty that I don't agree with everything that Mr. Hitchens said. I don't agree with everything that he wrote and say in books like this. I certainly don't agree with everything that Mr. Hitchens did. But I can say that Mr. Hitchens had a powerful impact on my life with at least one important factor. Despite all the disagreements I have with his methods, with his message, he taught me how to engage in critical thinking, starting with myself, to be critical of my own beliefs, my own opinions, a fresh look at the world around me. And for that, of course, I and a great number of people who have had that type of experience are grateful. Far too few people in our society have had that type of experience, that they've truly examined themselves, their opinions, and their beliefs. Hitchens, as I said, is controversial. He is argumentative, and quite often quite offensive. So for those of you with virgin ears that may find some of this material offensive, go ahead and plug your ears. I'll tell you when you can unplug them later. One must state it plainly. Religion comes from the period of human prehistory where nobody, not even the mighty Democritus, who concluded that all matter was made of atoms, had the smallest idea what was going on. It comes from the bawling and fearful infancy of our species, and is a babyish attempt to meet our inescapable demand for knowledge, as well as for comfort, reassurance, and other infantile needs. Today, the least educated of my children knows much more about the natural order than any of the founders of religion. And one would like to think, though the connection is not at all a fully demonstrable one, that this is why they seem so uninterested in sending fellow humans to hell. When Mr. Hitchens was first diagnosed with cancer, one of the most popular questions that reporters like to ask him is how he really felt about his impending death, particularly as an atheist, what he thought would happen when he died. Mr. Hitchens' answer, of course, was that after his brain stopped functioning, he would simply cease to exist. And of course, his the true answer, even though it may not be a very exciting one. But I would disagree, only to the extent that Mr. Hitchens, of course, had a major impact on the lives of a number of people. And so long as we have his books, have his videos, his lectures, debates, interviews, as long as each and every one of us has some area of our life that he has impacted us. And of course, his memory will still live on. But then there's that other matter. Bear with me on this one. I'm not like most other atheists. I am what I can only best describe as sort of a cosmic pantheist. Call it the aftershocks of reading Carl Sagan's Cosmos and other books. There might, in fact, be something else out there. But I take a little bit of Dusty Smith approach, even though he is also controversial, argumentative, and offensive. That maybe, just maybe, if there is a God out there, then that God values logic, reason, even a little bit of iconoclasm. That he would want us to use our brain, no matter what the end result may be. And right now, Christopher Hitchens and Carl Sagan are having a beer, looking down on all of us, and still mourning the fact that people back on Earth are killing each other over religious beliefs. And as it turns out, all of those beliefs are wrong. Of course, if Christopher Hitchens were sitting next to me, he would put me in a headlock and give me a big noogie and tell me how much of a stupid idiot that I am. Would ask me to see evidence of these claims that I am making. After all, I am making positive claims about the existence of God and the attributes thereof. Positive claims require positive evidence. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and he would remind me of my own addendum. Outlandish claims made without any evidence at all is mere donkey proctology. I am simply pulling it out of my ass. Controversial? Yes. Argumentative? You betcha. Offensive? Maybe to some people. But I have a sneaky suspicion that Christopher Hitchens would have liked it. I leave you then with a clip that I've used in some of my other videos. I openly admit this clip is not my own. This is Hitchens himself narrating a video by 43 Alley. As always, the link is in the description box below. Enjoy the clip.
I am born under a celestial dictatorship which I could not have had any hand in choosing. I don't put myself under its government. I am told that it can watch me while I sleep. I'm told that it can convict me of, here's the definition of totalitarianism, thought crime. For what I think, I may be convicted and condemned. And that if I commit a right action, it's only to evade this punishment. And if I commit a wrong action, I'm going to be caught up not just with punishment in life, but even after I'm dead. In the Old Testament, gruesome as it is, recommending as it is of genocide, racism, tribalism, slavery, the displacement and destruction of others, terrible as the Old Testament gods are, they don't promise to punish the dead. There's no talk of torturing you after the earth has closed over the Amalekites. Only till when gentle Jesus, meek and mild, makes his appearance, are those who won't accept the message told they must depart into everlasting fire. Is this morality? Is this ethics? I submit, not only is it not only does it come with the false promise of vicarious redemption, but it is the origin of the totalitarian principle which has been such a burden and shame to our species for so long.